Hey everyone, this is the Therapist Gamer here. I thought today I'd do a little bit of a different video. Apologize for not doing any videos recently. It's been a busy couple months, but I'm going to get back into it. I've got some things to say about Pokemon Go I'd like to chime in on, but going to save that for a video hopefully sometime this week. But today I wanted to do a little product review. I've recently purchased a product that I wanted to do a short little review of because I found it helpful for me, and maybe other people will too. This is the Disnix A6 Bluetooth audio receiver. As you can see here, it's just a simple basic package. I think the only thing that came in the package was the actual receiver itself. And the receiver has an integrated cable that I have plugged into my auxiliary input port. It also comes with a USB, mini USB cable, but there is no power brick, there is no power adapter that comes with the cable. You got to supply your own power adapter. This is not the USB cable that comes with it. I chose this one because it's a shorter cable that I can just route straight to it from my head unit in my car. I bought this specifically to use in my car, and I had a special reason to do that. As you can see, I have a Pioneer head unit in my car, and I've had this Pioneer head unit for years. It's a great head unit. I love it to death. I think it's a model BT 3300, if I'm not mistaken. As you can see, this Pioneer head unit actually has Bluetooth on it. But the thing about the Bluetooth on this head unit is it just utilizes the phone Bluetooth functions. So I can make and receive calls, I can look at my contact list and that kind of thing. Depending on the ROM that I've had on my phone, it will also show that I've received text messages. It doesn't do that at the present time. It's been years since I've seen that feature come up on a ROM on a phone, and that was a custom ROM that I'd gotten on an older phone that I had. The Bluetooth functions on this head unit are, like I said, very basic. It's just phone functionality. So I wanted to get a receiver that had some Bluetooth functionality that I could use with my phone to play music. Most of the time when I use my head unit to play music, I'm either connecting using the 3.5mm analog auxiliary cable to the input jack on the head unit, and I've done that for years and it's worked fine. But my wife and my son both have Bluetooth head units in their car that they can play music in, and I recently took a trip and found out how convenient it is just to be able to connect to the Bluetooth head unit for music and play using that instead. And I found that it really doesn't offer any less audio quality. Most of the audio listening that I do in my car is podcast anyway, so the audio quality on those is already pretty sketchy. So doing it over Bluetooth is not a big deal. As you can see, this is a audio receiver with version 4.0 Bluetooth, and it also has aptX as well as near field communication. So it's a pretty it's got pretty good features with it, and the one reason I specifically chose this one after the price was also because, as far as I could tell at the time that I purchased it, it didn't have any phone functionality. Because I already had that built into my head unit, I wanted to look for one that didn't have a microphone on the Bluetooth receiver to use the phone functionality with it, and it turns out this one does not. So there's no phone functionality here, there's no microphone built in. It's all audio. So I just wanted to kind of show you the features of it, talk about the good and the bad real quickly. Good size, as you can see, it's a real small unit. I put some Velcro on the back of it so I could Velcro it to the front of my dash here, and it just sits right underneath the head unit. Basically, what happens is when I turn the car on, the head unit comes on, and this is the one of the downsides to this particular one. I know some of them will do this and others won't. This one doesn't seem to do this. This one does not power on when it receives power. You actually have to press the button and have it connect. One of the things that I really like about this head unit is that as soon as you power it on, it immediately connects. It connects like within a minute or a second of powering on, which I love. It's the fastest pairing that I've seen in something like this ever. It's amazing how quickly it just immediately connects up. Audio quality is great. The aptX audio quality is phenomenal. Like I said, I really don't notice any difference between just directly connecting my phone to the head unit and connecting it via Bluetooth. No difference in quality as far as I'm concerned. One other thing to note about this particular unit is the audio level of the output is really hot. It's even, I thought the analog output on my phone via the headphone jack was hot. The audio output on this device coming out of it is even hotter than that. So I barely have to turn my head unit up to 9 or 10 when it goes to 40 in order to get useful volume level. I'm really impressed with the volume level, and in some ways I'm somewhat concerned about that, because I think it may be so hot that backing off a couple notches on the Bluetooth volume level in the phone may actually improve the quality a little bit. I think it may be outputting so much that it's distorting slightly. I don't have any evidence of that, but it's just my gut feeling. Just like I said, I'm wanting to give a short little review and demonstration of this. I'm really impressed with it. This receiver was less than $15 on Amazon. It was dirt cheap. It was a no-brainer buy. Does have some downsides. If you need one of these with a microphone, this one doesn't seem to have it, and it also doesn't self-power on when it receives power. I've got another receiver that I purchased at the same time as I purchased this one for a different use that I'm going to be reviewing in a few days, hopefully. But I just wanted to take a few minutes and get a real quick review out on this unit, if anyone found it helpful. I love it. It's great. It's worked flawlessly. It also, one of the other features that I did mention, it has some cable management. So the actual cable here is kind of tucked into the body of the unit itself. It's not detachable, so it's in there. It doesn't come out, I don't think. I could be mistaken about that, but I don't believe it does. Let me look at the manual here real quick. See if that actually comes out. It doesn't appear to. So I think the cable is actually in the unit, and it's built in, so it's not detachable. If you need to use this unit with something that has a male 3.5 millimeter input, you're gonna need to have an adapter that goes from male to male. So there it is, a real quick little review of that. I'm going to power it off now. Powers off real quickly, and you turn it off and you're done. So this has been the Therapist Gamer. I hope you enjoyed this video, and like I said, I will be back for more very soon. See you guys later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.